And good evening. Yes, we are back. We're back again in X-Plane. We're back again for second week running, I think, in the Bahamas. Continuing one of our adventures almost around the world. We're, yes, in the Bahamas. Going to be doing a bit of island hopping this evening. And plane of choice for me, anyway, as you can see, is the good old faithful little 172. Which is already fired up and ready to go. I'll go for our route in a second, but as you can see, we have a Viking by the side of us. Good evening, Noz.
Good evening.
He still sounds like he's in a church. What plane are you in, Noz?
I am in the 172.
172 as well. And in front of me, or taxiing, come to a stop now, is Chris Brown. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening.
And it looks like you're in a 172, but knowing you, you're in something peculiar. Is it a 172?
No, it's not a 172. I'm flying a Robin DR400.
Oh, now that would have been a good alternate, wouldn't it? I forgot about the Robin. That's an awesome little plane. Actually,
Yeah, this one is a new release freeware, and it's got a petrol engine instead of the diesel and the 401, and it's got steam gauges, which is quite.
Ooh.
It doesn't have is an autopilot.
Well, not that you're going to need it, 'cause there's not very many legs to this, is it? So this is the plan for the route. Here we are in Linden Pindling, MYNN. Going to go across to San Andros, then down to Fresh Creek, and then down possibly to Clarence, depending on if we got the time, and then end up at Congo Town. So a bit of a leap around the Bahamas. Let me just pop that back there. So here we are in FS Cloud. Give you a sense of where we are. So that's Nassau. So basically down that island there is where we're going. And then is it carrying on? I guess we're carrying on around, aren't we, rather than going across to Cuba next?
Yeah, I thought it'd probably be better to finish the Bahamas and then do Cuba and Jamaica and so on, Cayman Islands, and then do the rest of the Caribbean.
Exactly. And then carry on south, which we'll go through that route. The Hillsman, good evening. Hello, flying people. We're not flying yet, we're static. On the ground, people. But I am ready to start flying. I've set the destination in. We've got fuel. Plane's ticking over quite nicely. It says 31 miles to destination, and looking at the wind coming pretty much straight down the runway, it looks like we need to take off from runway 14 then.
Yep, that's what I got, and straight into the wind, which is really nice for a change.
Excellent stuff. Lead the way. So yes, we shall.
Yeah, I'm heading in the right direction anyway.
Yes, I'm facing the wrong way, so I will turn myself around. Oh,
I'll be there momentarily.
Refueling with Red Bull. It probably wouldn't do the plane any good. Oh, you're refueling with Red Bull. Okay. Let's turn the game audio up a little tiny bit. Oh. So yes, we're in jets on Sunday's flight, and now back in wee little propeller-driven. Oh me! It gives you rings. Actually, I'm absolutely worn out this evening, so I could do with something. And it's only Wednesday.
For some unknown reason, I put our starting airport as a direct to in my GPS.
Is it saying you've arrived?
Yep, really short flight.
So, yep, you're here. Right, well, I've put MYAN in mine. So I did enjoy flying that Challenger on Sunday, but it is always nice to get back in the 172 or planes of this size. Alright, so I'll stop here and wait for Chris to reprogram.
Nah, I did it on the move. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Well, you're stopped as far as FS Cloud appears to me.
Okay. My joyful internet connection strikes again.
Alright, so Noz is on the move.
Yep, right behind you.
I was lawn mowing my garden there. He nearly killed me in the heat. Yeah, it's been one of those today. It's been quite muggy. Muggy and horrible. Alright, so I'll bypass Chris then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the runway threshold now.
Oh, no, yeah, you've appeared all the way down there in front of me. It's like a bit of a glitch with good old FS Cloud.
Oh, in age-old French tradition, the airspeed indicator in this plane is in kilometers an hour.
Oh, blimey.
It's going to look like I'm going really fast.
Yeah. Like, wow, look at the speed I'm doing. Look out the window. Not seeing moving very fast. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, let's just tootle on down. Have you crashed yet? I'm only taxiing Larwood. Need a nice big thunderstorm. Yeah, we could do something to clear the air. I love the fact that when you apply the brakes with this XP Realistic on, you get the sound of the brakes being applied. That's quite cool. Oh, and then the shaking. Right, I'm there. Noz is coming up behind me. After you, sir. I do seem to be going a bit light and dark whenever I change the angle of my... There's an issue going on there somewhere graphically. I wonder if it's one of the weather things, but... So we're airborne. I'll go through the map again. Show you where we're going. So this first journey is only 31 miles.
What altitude do you have set?
1,500 feet according to little nav map.
1,500?
What do you mean altitude set? Who sets altitude? I mean, really?
Well, yeah, well, Chris doesn't, obviously.
I would if I had an autopilot.
I have an autopilot. I'm using it.
Yeah, I was going to go with the Bush version, but I just thought I'd go good old G1000 version.
Yeah, there's nothing like the classic, huh?
Well, yeah, it's just easy and lazy. Right.
Nothing wrong with a bit of easy and lazy.
Exactly. Right, so Chris is airborne, so let's go.
Not only airborne, I'm doing 180.
The G-forces must be unreal in that thing. And we are airborne. So we make the turn. So yeah, a whole 31.6 miles. So I'm airborne. Noz is at the end of the runway taxiing down. Chris is over there following suit. I could be really lazy and see if there's an approach to where we're going.
I would doubt it, to be honest.
Yeah, there
You
isn't.
never-
There isn't. But that's fine. Right, so while we're turning then, let's go through the grab the nav map. So this is where we are at Nassau's, where we ended up last time. So flying across to, I don't know what this island's called actually. What's the name of the big island? Anyway, flying over to here, then down to there. Turn your auto follow off. with a possible stop at that one. No. Yeah, possible stop there and then ending up here, NYAK is the plan. So basically going to fly down this island and then we'll end up going round the Bahamas. So finishing off around the Bahamas before we come back over to Cuba. So it'll be quite nice, and Turks and Caicos and quite a lot to do as well. So a bit of island hopping for the next few Wednesdays.
Yeah, it might even be an idea to hop in a jet or one of the fast turboprops to do Cuba, because it's actually quite big.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yeah, I think props are more fitting to these sorts of trips. The shorter, sort of 100-mile-ish or couple of 100 miles anyway.
Yeah, all good.
So we generally do, it seems to be jets on a Sunday now to get those long legs, and what was it, only 3 legs away from getting to Cape Town?
Or 25 in a prop plane.
25 very long legs in a prop plane.
Indeed.
Right, so there's Chris, there's Noz.
Well, are there big landing strips on some of those airports?
No,
Damn it.
that's why we're in little planes. You don't need big landing strips in little planes.
No, but I have brought a big plane.
You're in the 172.
Yeah, now I am, but I have just brought a new plane today.
Oh, okay.
What you get?
The A380.
Oh, for God's... Yeah, you won't be able to land that on one of these.
Well, you can try, but we know how it's going to win.
Yeah, you'd end up as a chaos landing.
Yeah, probably.
So how many hours are on this very plane so far? We're at 71 now. In this version of the 172 anyway. So it shouldn't be long before we see Land Ahoy. So there we are in FS Cloud. Just zoom in. So Nassau, a lot of ships have registered in Nassau, and it must be some sort of tax break. And that's where we're heading over to. And then it's down to here, potentially to there, and end up down here somewhere. Andros, never even heard of Andros. It's a made-up island name.
Luther Andros.
Ah, yeah, named after Luther. And not that sponge thing you use in the bath.
Okay.
Luther. Have you heard of a Luther?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Luther Andros. Captain Chaos just subscribed 22 months. Chaos. Thank you very much, sir, but you are, as we know, quite mad. Good evening. One of our fellow pilots who's on a rest day today. A rest from trucking and flying and everything else. Hopefully, yeah, I feel exactly like that, Chaos. There was a moment when I got in from work that I was thinking, oh, I've got the energy for this. So yes, Chaos having a very well-earned rest day. Hopefully with a tin of brown cold liquid near him. So good thing is we're all heading in the same direction, so that's always handy when that happens. Because there are moments. Yeah.
That's because I'm following you, you understand?
Especially when the third one is helping. Fair play. I may or may not have some cold beverages waiting in the fridge for me. Within about 2 minutes of finishing the stream, one will be open. Yeah, normally it's Chaos who's heading in sort of that direction, where we're heading in this direction. Oh, I see land. There is some sort of land appearing in front of us. So there's 40 compass in the plane Faulty pilot, I think, is more like it, Chaos. Especially after we both went wrong the other week, because we used a plan that you created that you obviously set to take us to somewhere in Colombia, I think it was, probably. To go and pick up some packages. Allegedly.
Nobody saw me do it. You can't prove anything.
Exactly. Landing a plane at night on a dirt strip with no lights on. Nothing dodgy about that at all.
No, that's just perfect.
That's just normal, yeah. Hair gizmo, hi-ho, silver lining. Right, so this first one, Luther Andros. Oh god, it's an asphalt runway. Whatever next. It's got runway markings and everything.
All the mod cons.
Any sort of radio tuning, or isn't it? It's a Unicom 2.80. So 15 miles to go, which means we should be seeing a runway pretty soon, and it's at a slight angle, so this could be an interesting approach.
Should really be going around coming in from the other side.
Ah, you say that. You can't see a thing. Have you got your headlights on? The lights are actually on. Yep, there you go. I just kept all the lights on because, you know, why not? Only water everywhere. Yes, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink.
Chris, I'm slowly overtaking you.
Yeah, my poor little French plane is a bit slow. I'm only doing 210.
Yeah, I'm doing 129. What's my ground speed? 147.
Now our ground speed is 138, according to the little nav map.
142.
No idea. Kilometers an hour, but I can guess it's about 220 now.
Whipping along. So yeah, at some point out here we should see a runway, because we're heading straight for it, and through the dirty windscreen anyway. I reckon it's going to be over there. LTZ's Suburban. Hey ho. Interesting map in your G1000. Do you want that? Let's just see. Because that's all I can see is the sea. There's only sea around me, as we can see. You see?
Sorry, I don't see.
There's a group of buildings there. I reckon the runway is going to be there. Somewhere. So we're only 9 miles away now. So I'm going to descend to 1,000 feet. Autopilot still on, obviously.
Nudging 230 on the descent.
Still got no sign of a runway. Actually, I think I have. I think that is it there. Yeah. Oh, see, we've got land now. Land appearing on the on G1000. So there's me, and there's Chris and Noz behind me. Oh, land in sight. Yes. which is handy because it's quite useful when the runway's on land, because I haven't got floats installed.
I actually gave some thought of bringing along the floats beaver.
Yeah, we've done much
Then
float stuff. Last thing we did with floats was in the Keys. Yeah. We don't must die.
And there's a water runway at Fresh Creek, so I thought I could land there. But then I thought, nah, the beaver is going to be a little bit too fast. So I thought I'd give this Robin a go. Haven't tried it before.
Right, 4 miles out. That's definitely our runway. So, feet back on ruddery pedals.
Well, I'd slow down for crits so I can land.
Autopilot off.
Thank you. I'm going to go around anyway and come from the other side, so go for it if you want to.
Then I will definitely speed up again.
Yeah, both of us landing on the same runway from different ends. That never happens.
Never. The scenery is actually really nice for a relatively uninhabited island.
It's quite pleasant.
Autopilot off.
Oh god, Nozzle turned his autopilot off and he's somewhere behind me.
Ooh, let's get out the way quick.
Yeah, this is slightly worrying. Alright, see if I can have a landing tonight that doesn't end in the word wasted.
Have you wasted your landing?
Oh, that one on Sunday. After 1,000 miles, or it was. The first time, well, second time I'd ever landed the Challenger and came down a bit too slow and it just thumped to the ground.
Oh.
I think that was quite a challenging flight all round, to be honest.
Yeah. Right, in we come.
Gee.
Butter.
Nicely done, sir.
A very good flare, apparently. It's 1970 all over again. Right, let's hot foot it around because I know somewhere coming in fast behind me is a Noz Gaming.
No, I'm way off. I'm way off.
You need to be down the other end anyway for the takeoff, because that's into the wind then and the direction we want to go.
Yeah, and also where the parking place is at the end I've just landed, so we'll just...
Okay. Bit at the wrong end, but never mind. Park on the grass down the other end.
Well, no, it's at the end I've landed at. The wind's coming towards us now if we took off from this way. Oh, no, it's the other end, isn't it? Yeah, you are right. In that case, I'll turn around again. Take out a runway light on the way. It's fine. Oh, my God. Should you get tyre squeal from a 172?
Are you on the runway?
I am. I'm just taxiing really quickly.
I'm on my way in.
Oh, God.
It looks long enough that you could actually take off and land again at the other end.
I probably... Oh, that sounds like a challenge.
What could possibly go wrong, as you would say?
Right. Airborne. And landed again. Oh, damn it. Well, I landed.
Well, there's one thing I forgot
right.
as I was turning base is that I kind of need to slow down at some point.
I just didn't
Wow.
quite stop on the end of the runway.
That is some hills you're out in.
When you were flying formation, you should try join FS. It's much better than FS Cloud.
We did, but it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work for us.
FS? What is that?
Join FS. It's supposed to be better, but it didn't work. I thought you were streaming X-Plane, not Formula 1. The spin tyres. It just wouldn't work. We couldn't see each other. None of us appeared on the map. Lord Secret Spy, good evening. So we stuck with...
Oh my god, Chris!
So we stuck with FS Cloud. Right, so there's Noz at that end. I'm guessing Chris is coming in this...
Speed up! There is a big plane coming!
Right, so Chris is coming in from that end.
Okay, bail out.
Okay.
I'm out!
I'll land long. It's fine. Don't worry.
Oh, I
Put some tire marks over your wing.
Oh god, I've got Noz heading towards me now. He must purge the FS Cloud plugin. Ah, so it's the FS Cloud plugin that was causing the problems with...
I got rid of mine.
Right, so let's put the next destination in, which is MYAF.
Oh my god!
So we've just landed here at San Andros. We're now heading down to Fresh Creek. So MYAF is the next one. The FS Cloud plugin do that. Without that, you can't join AI planes. Okay. MYAF. Well, we have no problems really. Occasional issue with FS Cloud, but well, I like the fact that it's on its own little pop-out screen as well. So from my point of view, dragging it on and off the stream works really well. Whereas the other one, you've got to bring up a whole page map, and it didn't seem to centralize on your planes and all that sort of stuff. So sort of got used to FS Cloud. Right, direct to.
I'm already ready. I'm set to go.
God blimey.
Yeah, I've done all the points where we're going to in there.
Oh, okay. MYA. F, Fresh Creek, there we go. Oh, Nichols Town and Bar. Oh, Burr. Was it Bar for a second? I was getting excited. And of course, there isn't an approach. Okay. The CSLS are horrible. It's is much more experience in formation. I do like the fact that you can see each other's planes properly. That had the appeal to it. Whereas this, we do have some issues with, not showing the planes. We'll come back to it. We'll give it another go at some point. Right, I'm ready when you guys are.
Okay, I'll go for it.
Let me guess. You landed, stopped, and you were just going to carry on.
That's pretty much it.
Fair play. Right, Chris is going to go. If you go next, then Noz.
Join FS.
Yeah, we have tried it.
Shall I go now or will you go?
Yeah, no,
first,
you go.
Steve?
I'd rather.
Okay.
It's like in trucking. I'd rather have you in front of me than behind me.
Hey! Something is wrong here.
Flaps, maybe?
No?
They should build a McDonald's in the clouds. They could call it a fly-through. You have to be pretty quick at grabbing the stuff out the window, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think the wait at the ordering window might be problematic unless you have a Harrier.
Yeah, can you just pull over there in the wait section? I'll have to do a loop around and come back. I suppose they could hold it out. No, they couldn't. 'Cause in a 172, you've got these strut things, haven't you? So you couldn't really hold it out on a stick and grab it as you fly past because it just gets sliced up in the propeller. Yeah, I think that needs some thought. fly-through takeaways aren't really going to be a thing, are they? I think my plane died as I entered the runway. My propeller shot off.
Oops.
Because there's a big step up onto the runway. Bear with me. I'll be with you shortly.
You destroyed your plane.
Fix all systems.
Jeez.
Right. Ooh. I still have a bump on the runway. Right, we've made it. We're on the runway. Enter the runway and knock my propeller off. It's a good start.
That's a good. Yeah, I was going to say good start. Yeah.
Really good start.
Like. Who needs a propeller anyway? Huh?
Me.
Come on then. Get in the air. Doing 114 along the runway. Ooh, trees.
Pull up.
Yeah, I've got it set at 1,000 feet. Oh my good God. Come on, plane. Whoa.
That is a tree strike.
He just wants.
What are you doing?
Plane just wasn't climbing. There we go.
That's odd.
Amazon are talking of drones to deliver Deliveroo's takeaways. I just don't think this whole Amazon drone delivery thing, I just don't think it's going to work, because kids will order something off Amazon and shoot the drone down. It's not really going to work, is it?
No, they'd have to arm the drones.
Yeah, and that's going to end well.
Indeed.
Right. So this runway we're going to next then is Fresh Creek. So a whole 25 miles is this leg. But the runway's facing the wrong way. You need to put the runway on a turntable.
With a weather vane on it.
Exactly.
To turn it automatically
Yeah.
into the wind.
Yeah. So we need to come in, yeah, we'll land on runway 09, so that's going to be fine. And then try and do a Chris and just take off on the same runway. Yeah, so
Well, technically you did that.
well, I did take off on the same runway. Yeah, I knew what I meant. Is just land, stop, and then just take off again. So almost a touch and go, but a touch, stop and go.
You don't want to be caught doing that.
No, yeah. You get arrested. So yes, here we are. So eventually we're going to make it down to the south of the island here. Yeah, default scenery isn't looking too bad. My kind of thing, touch and go, says Chaos.
That's touch and explode, isn't it?
Yeah. So Chris is doing a sensible thing and following the coastline.
Well, you know, you're behind me. I can't follow you on this leg.
Johnny Dobbs, good evening. Yes, fun indeed. Flying a 172 in the Bahamas. What's not to find fun in that?
Well, Steve,
Yes.
now you're almost ready for Wetsun then.
Oh God! Imagine that. Jesus. Yeah, that never going to be a thing.
The
have to
control
remember-
tower, those in the control tower will kill themselves when we come in there.
You'd have to remember your call sign of the plane.
Oh, that's easy.
Golf Sierra Indigo Mike Sierra.
Hey, you got it.
Nice paint job. Yeah, it is. In fact, a bonus to arrive alive when you travel with Sims and stuff. Which is also on the side of coaches and buses and the A319 as well. With Chaos, it will be touch and run.
It's also on the side of the SSG E170, but in Portuguese.
Yes, I did like that. That was quite good. Yeah, I do have Tux to thank for coming up with that slogan. And then he tried to think of one for himself and couldn't think of anything that good. I can't run, I'm old, maybe a quick shuffle. Well, what you get up to in your own time, Chaos, is entirely up to you. That sounds wrong. Yeah, it does. Right, so we've got at some point, I think I've got to head south. So when I get to sort of here, I'm going to head directly south and then try and come in a runway heading. So a runway 09 on a heading of 98.
Now, if we turn inland at those little lakes, we should be able to just follow the right-hand edge straight into the airport, more or less.
Yeah. So if I plumb in heading then, so directly south 180.
180. Sorry, I don't
Oh
know.
my god.
God, you had a Liam moment there, didn't you?
Yeah.
We don't want to encourage any of that, thank you very much. So a whole 13 miles to go.
Actually, there's three of us. All we need to do is find a dartboard and all land on the 2020.
Yeah, and we'd be there. So you need an airport with a runway 20 then, don't we? Right, so I'm going to turn south now. There we go. I'm going to get level with the runway in FS Cloud. So when I get sort of here, I'll just turn on to runway heading, which handily little nav map gives me as 98. Yeah, if you're watching this and fancy joining us, so we do use FS Cloud to bring us all together, which is completely free. So you can see there's people all over the world flying in FS Cloud. Very rarely have you actually come across anybody else at one of the same airports we've landed at. It hasn't happened that much because we do land at some obscure places. So on a Sunday we've got a journey where we're flying around the world, currently in Namibia, heading down to Cape Town, back up through Victoria, across northern India we've now decided, so in through the Himalayas, back down through Burma, Indonesia. We're going to go across Australia, down to New Zealand, up to Hawaii and back to the USA, and then this trip is going to be around the Bahamas, Cuba, down the east coast of South America to the Falkland Islands, which is the whole idea of doing this, back up the west coast of South America, up through Mexico, to the USA. Not in prop planes all the way, but certainly around the Bahamas, chunks of it will be. So on a Wednesday night, we get together and do this section because it's going to be light, and on a Sunday afternoon, generally we carry on with the South African and Australian leg because of the time zones. Until it switches, we get so far away that it'll then be dark, then we'll change it up. But if you're not in the Discord server, the link is there in the chat, where we have not just flight rooms, but rooms for trucking and buses and planes and trains and all sorts in there. So check out the link to the Discord server as well. Right, so Noz and Chris are over there. I'm 7 miles away, so I'm going to slow it down a little bit. And then wait until I'm in line with the runway according to little nav map.
Uh-oh.
And then I'll turn onto runway heading.
Uh-oh. Problems.
Never good when you hear the pilot go, uh-oh.
No, I nearly overshoot the runway. I was looking out the window and just seeing the runway right outside the window.
You're learning to fly on a sim. Well, again, I've only been doing X-Plane for, what month are we in now? 9 months? And I didn't have a clue. And the guys in Discord, really patient with new people. Right, so I'm guessing the runway's over there.
Nearly down.
It's just in front of me to the left. Nowhere near where Not is.
Right, so in a minute I shall turn on to 98 degrees.
Ugh.
Again, a noise you don't want to hear your pilot say.
That was
There's a
scary.
lot of white-faced people in Noss's Cessna.
I've on my phone, I've clicked on the Discord link and accepted invite, but it comes up unknown URL. That's not good. Bear with me. Twitch. Discord. Invite. Ooh. I don't have a problem getting it up, it's getting it down and some nav stuff. That's the blue pill, yeah it is. Right, I see the runway. Hopefully the Discord link hasn't... No, so I've got it set not to expire in Discord, that's what I was thinking of. Right, so second runway in sight. Actually, it does come up. No, it says Sims and stuff in the top. So no, the invite is working in Discord. Yeah. The Discord link below this chat stream is working.
My wife's watching Air Crash Investigation in the other room, and I can hear all these alarms going off, and I'm like checking everything in my plane.
That's That's slightly concerning. Yeah. It's like, do you have to do that now, dear? Don't worry too much. I can still abuse you all in other ways. It may not work on the phone then. If any of the mods are watching, can they post a link from Discord into the Discord chat? Rather than a Twitch one? Right, I seem to be a bit far and a bit too far over. A bit high, a bit too far over. Apart from that, it's going well. Right, in we come. Second landing. I've got a feeling this one isn't going to be buttery.
It's actually not bad. The wind is straight down the runway again. Ah, great landing. Not buttery. Oh well.
That was great. Poor and early flare. Yeah, it was a bit. Right, so noise is going down the taxiway. There we go. Right, let's go up here and stop. There we go. Cheers, Chaos. Ooh, God. A Ryanair taxi. Ooh.
Oh, watch out, nose.
It's fine. The brakes work. Just. I've lost my thing now. Where's next? Oh, yes, I got it. MYAB.
Are we going to stop there? Cool.
Yeah, may as well.
Okay, then I need to change mine.
Now we're going to fly right past it. You can just stop on the way past.
X, Y. Oh, God. A, B. Clarence Abane. There we go, 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 go. Landed great. We would have crashed way before the runway. It does take some getting used to. My first few takeoffs and landings, even in this plane, were just ridiculous. Same again, don't worry much my phone. It could be you got things blocked on your phone. Have you got Discord app installed? It could be if you haven't got the app installed on your phone, it might not like it. Install the Discord app first. Right, 25.5 miles for the next one, which I haven't set in little nav map. I'll do that now. Done. Not done. Hang on. Flight plan departure. Set flight plan departure. There we go. Actually, 15 miles. Can almost walk that. Take a while. Right. Let's get ourselves.
Especially through these forests, eh?
Yeah, and the water might be a bit inconvenient, but you know. I said Secret Spy, the great thing we're doing as well with these journeys is having a reason to do the flights, doing these round the world trips. And as I've said before, one of my first proper flights in X-Plane was started off in San Diego in America and flew to Sandpoint, Idaho in this plane, purely because I bought the I forgot the name of it, the Kodiak, which is built in Sandpoint, Idaho. So I flew this from San Diego to Sandpoint, and then flew the Kodiak from Sandpoint, Idaho, back to the UK, and that was awesome. Having a reason to do those flights and picking runways along the way and taking off, and I did 3-hour leg across to Iceland, which was fantastic from Canada. So these group flights, we're actually doing a route around, and it's a reason to do some flying with friends, obviously, which is always great.
And I mean, if you were just doing flights by yourself or even in FS economy, when are you ever going to land at Clarence A. Bain Airport?
Exactly. You're not going to get many jobs to and from there, are you? And it's the great thing about flying low and slow, which is why I enjoy the jets, and I'm starting to enjoy the jets. But from my point of view, from a video/stream point of view, these sort of things where you've got scenery and stuff, and you are flying low and slow, there's more to see from the viewer's point of view than there is really when we're in, as we were on Sunday, a 2-hour cruise above the clouds. And there's only so much of my name waffle people can put up with.
None of us rushed to your defense there.
No, thank you. You weren't like, no, you carry on. Bastards.
I must tell you, I really loved your commentary on the away video you did on Sunday. I was just...
I recorded that very early on Sunday morning. I think it was about 8 o'clock on Sunday morning, so I was still half asleep. Which is why the first couple of attempts on that, I just failed. But I do honestly think that's one of those games that I will keep following, and because I'm intrigued to see how it develops. Because graphically it was awesome, and the sound was really good. The music was good. Bit odd premise at first, I thought, but I can see why it was done to get used to the controls. But yes, currently, I think it was last weekend, that demo that I did and got sent was free as well.
Very nice.
Oh, it's free on Steam.
Okay, cool.
I got sent it, linked it on Steam, and it was free. It was like, oh.
Well, is that the survival? That scroll?
Yeah, the flying squirrel one, or cane sugar thing, whatever I can't remember what it's called now. Sugar thing, I don't know.
Sugar glider.
Sugar glider, there we go.
A marsupial, apparently.
Really?
Struth.
So yeah, so those of you watching, I think anyway, from the stream/video, if you're watching this on YouTube point of view, this is more interesting than jets to watch stream, because you're watching the scenery go by. There's a few takeoffs and landings, which is the interesting bit, and you're getting to see the world basically. Whereas in a jet, it's all about the preparation, which is great, and they do sound good, and I'm really enjoying them. But once you're above the clouds, you could be anywhere.
Yeah, there's a very good sense of satisfaction when you get a jet right.
Yeah.
And I really like the technical side of it. but I really love like exactly what I'm doing now, just following this coastline, because I know that down there somewhere there's an airport I'm going to land at. It's
Yeah.
just brilliant.
And so yeah, these that we've been doing with the taking off 3 or 4 times in one trip, it's more enjoyable than just doing one long flight. 10 minutes, 20 minutes in between landings is great.
The next one's going to be a bit of a drone across the open ocean for a bit, but then after that we should have a whole lot of nice short ones.
Yeah, again, so turboprop then maybe.
Probably not a bad idea. King Air or B1900 or even the Saab.
Saab could be quite nice actually. I haven't flown that in a while.
Oh, I do love that plane, I have to say. Very glad I picked it up on that sale.
Right, so we've got the same thing here. The wind's coming from this direction, so we should be landing on runway 09 again, which means I need to do the same thing. So I'm going to head south now. So set a runway heading over 180 again, and change the heading mode. Yeah, thought you weren't streaming tonight. No, I was always streaming on a Wednesday, Thursday. Originally I wasn't streaming Friday, so I was going to see Spider-Man at the cinema, but it's not on anymore. So I'm not doing that now. So I'll be streaming tonight, obviously. Tomorrow night, I might do Tourist Bus on Friday now. I might do something else tomorrow night. And then it'll be Friday. Yeah, so Saturday evening will be normal, will be trucking. And I won't be streaming Sunday because I'm out for the day. So yeah, so turn to 180 degrees. So we're coming in here, and now if I click on this, gives us runway heading again. So 09, so 091. I'm looking to buy the Saab, looks great. Yeah, the startup of that Saab, the sound is fantastic. Certainly when you've got things like, which I'm running here, the XP Realistic makes such a difference. Even to this is the stock 172. If I turn it off, you get this. That's a normal plane, that's the sound you get in X-Plane. It's great. It's a plane, but you turn on XP Realistic and you can change the sounds of everything in this. From the head shake, you get the way the head moves in turbulence. It's fantastic. Did I get your sub? No, Liam, not nothing. So yeah, so little things like that with X-Plane that just make it a lot better. The little things that make the difference. And the same with the X ambience that we've got, where you can change the way the game looks on the fly, and it changes everything. So graphically,
Well, it's a good thing I didn't fly tonight in the Cub or the Eurofox, because then I'd want to land on that beach right ahead.
you just subbed with Prime. Got nothing, Liam. I got Chaos's earlier on. Chaos subbed.
Now, I don't know if the Prime one actually notifies you, but if you go back into it again, there'll be a little message on the top of the chat saying, announce your sub.
Yeah, because you can normally put something in to say, God, I'm an idiot. That's another 6 months I've been subscribed to you or something. Alright, so there's Chris, there's Noz. We are 10 miles away. Right. There we go. Liam just subscribed. 5 months. Thank you very much, Liam.
Awesome.
Much appreciated. Just don't make yourself skint. Your money is more valuable to you than it is me.
Oh, I'm definitely coming back here in a cub. Oof.
Well, I thought earlier maybe doing the 152. I did the 152 last time, I think.
Yeah, I don't think the 152 would be able to stop in this kind of distance. I certainly wouldn't try it in this Robin.
Well, I'm thinking I should have turned south a bit earlier because it's going to be cutting it a bit fine to get onto runway heading when I come level with it. So we've got 2 more legs to go, so it is going to be a slightly shorter stream than the normal 2 hours, probably around an hour and a half, I should imagine. 25 quid that could have been spent on darts, only kidding. Keep up the good work. Have a free Prime subscription, which may as well make the most of it. Thank you, Liam. Well, that's why I do post a link in the chat about a lot of people don't know that they do get a free a Twitch Prime subscription with the Amazon Prime subscription, and it doesn't cost you a thing to use it, but it does benefit me. So they are appreciated. And you should appear in the Twitch subscriber section of Discord now when you're online. I keep meaning to make a chat room for Twitch subscribers. I must do that within Discord. So Twitch chat, that's not a bad shout actually. Twitch subscriber chat, you can only access it if you're a Twitch subscriber. I'll have to think of things, maybe get a bit early access to some videos or something. I'll have to think of some reasons. That's not a bad idea. I will give that some thought. Oh, there we go. Nightbot then pops up the Amazon Prime thing. So there we go. If you made use of Prime Day yesterday and the day before, so I don't know, it ended up being Prime 2 days. And you've got Amazon Prime, you get free Twitch Prime subscription. So I apparently got 12 Activia yogurts. They've magically spawned into my bag. Hope you paid for them, Liam. Because you'd be the world's worst thief if you've gone into a shop and you stole some Activia yogurts. So, of all the things in the shop. Well, looks like Noz has either crashed or he's landing.
I'm on my way to land.
Not sure on the flavours though. You got a bit of a health kick at the moment then, Liam. Right, so I'm slowing down. So over there is the runway. I think it's a very short hop then, this next one.
Yeah, that one we probably could walk far.
2 prune, 2 fig, 2 blackberry and a raspberry, 2 rhubarb and 4 blackberry. Ooh, I'd ignore the fig and the prune. The rest of them sound okay. They'll do wonders for your system though. Right, I'm guessing that down there is the runway. That long slit of grass. Yes, it is. Okay. So autopilot off. The fig and the prune are the ones I'm scared about the most. Mix them together, Liam. They might not taste so bad. Sorry, Hazu, good morning. I don't know if I said good morning. Yeah, I'm not a yogurty person. You do yogurts. Right, see what sort of landing we can get this time. Hazu, thank you very, very much. Just subscribed. That's awesome. Thank you. You've been a regular tuning into the streams for the last month or so? 6 weeks? That's awesome. Thank you very much. Is this Donald Trump's private plane? What, a Cessna 172? Yeah, cheers, Liam. Enjoy your evening.
I'm down.
I'm heading that way. We expect nothing less than buttery, Steve. You may be disappointed.
Battery Steve.
Buttery Steve.
You've frozen on my screen, so I have no idea where you are.
That's not good. On final.
The problem is I'm also on final.
Oh.
I know, I see you. You've just come alive right in front of me.
This isn't scary at all then, knowing you're behind me now.
You're really close to each other.
Just good friends. Butter. Go and crash into Trump Tower and sort out this moron. Yeah, no political chat if we can, please. No, Steve, been watching your YouTube videos for 2 years. Blimey.
Well, we got a double butter then.
Awesome. Lots of buttery goodness. Good for the arteries.
This plane doesn't like crosswinds much, I'll still say that much.
Right, so let's swing into here. Yeah, it's quite windy out there. I can hear the wind.
I do beg your pardon.
Those sprouts. Right, swinging around. Okay, so that was Clarence A. Bain, and next is Congo Town. Let's all do the Congo.
Yeah, sounds quite exotic, yeah.
MYAK.
Yeah, I've got a Piaggio Avante parked at the airport on my screen.
Ah. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right, oh, forgot the alphabet for a second. That's not good, is it? A. Okay, Congo Town. Has that got an approach? No. I was being hopeful for a second. Right, let's put that in there. Set as departure. And then set as destination. Wow. Okay, so this this is where we mouse got on the pad. This is where we are. Clarence A. Bain. So this is what we've flown tonight. We've come from there down to here, and we're now going to Congo Town, which is 9.3 miles away. Oh, it's a shame there wasn't another airport within easy flying distance.
Yeah, the next one's a bit far, I think. That's okay. We can then say we've been to Congo Town.
Exactly. No, we'll end it at Congo. So where would we do next? We'd have to go back out to MYEN, wouldn't we? Or have we done that? We haven't done that.
No, that'll be our next leg.
Yeah,
I think
MYEN.
MYEN, and then MYEH. Well, then we go north from there to MYEH, which will probably be a turboprop flight.
Oh yeah, that and up and then back down again. Oh, I see. Yeah.
A little bit of a zigzag path, but it's not like we're in a rush.
No, so let's just see. 51 miles. It's only 50 miles from here to. No, we'll finish at Congo Town. That's fine. And we'll start from the Congo Town next Wednesday.
It's the slightly more Latin version of Funky Town.
Indeed. No, I can't. I'm not going to copyright it. Right. So. And again, it's the runways facing the wrong direction. Actually, it's not too bad. Runway 10. So, really want to take off the way that I'm facing. Although, I should be down and backtrack.
Yeah, I reckon. It's not like it'll take us longer to taxi than it will to fly.
Yeah. Actually, I had that when I went to where did I go last year? Belfast, yeah. From Liverpool last year, the taxiing at either end was longer than the flight in the middle. It was a 30-minute flight from when we accelerated the end of the runway to when we touched down. It was 30 minutes and took us 15 minutes. One was 17 minutes and one was like 14 minutes. It took us longer to taxi at either end did to fly in the bit in the middle. It's quite amusing. And then you park up and stuff. That was quite cool. Like an hour on the plane for a 30-minute flight. I got 15 points for that landing.
That's not bad for such a short flight.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the final leg then. So it will be a shorter stream this evening, but we did have a longer flight on Sunday. That was 3 hours. And then, as I said, be back tomorrow night. So you get an extra night of me. So it was suggested about doing something in the bus company on Friday, but last time did that. It didn't end well because it was just two of us. So maybe we won't do that. But I'll certainly do tourist bus on Friday, I think. And I'll have a think tomorrow what I can do tomorrow night. Maybe something a bit different. Right. So a whole 9 point... Well, it was 9.3 miles, 9.5 miles now as we got further away.
That makes it all worth it then.
Yeah. Right, here comes Nos. Right. So the runway is clear.
Okay, I'm in the air.
Right. Oh, there's a bit of a crosswind.
A bit, he says. I was almost full runner.
right. Should probably almost be able to see the runway when as soon as we get in the air. So yeah, here we all are. So we started in Nassau. We've come down here in the Bahamas. Our next runway is pretty much here. So 9 miles away is where we're going to. And again, I'm going to head south. 180.
There's a little triangular island, the north tip of which is right in line with the runway.
Oh yeah, I can see that on the nav map. Yeah. So heading of 109 we want for the runway. I'll slow it down a little bit for this one. Yeah, the default scenery, that's all I've got for around here. It doesn't look too bad at all. So Noz is in the air. So yeah, so again I put set heading of 180, so due south, and then when I get in line, so yeah, as Chris says, this little triangular island, so when I sort of get to here, I'll turn on to runway heading to 109. So when I get to the gap between that island and this bigger island, we shall make a left turn, which is just down here. So runway's over there somewhere. A whole 6 miles away.
Woo!
So there's that little island there, which means the runway is going to be just over there. Yeah, so there's the island here, look. The runway's going to be over there. So as soon as we get to here, we'll turn on to 109, which will put us over there. And then next Wednesday, we will carry on from here. In a different plane. Maybe
Something a tad faster.
yeah, Saab or something like that. I fancy the 208 though. It might be a bit slow.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout, to be honest, because it's not that far, and the Saab might get there, all be over almost before it starts. Something I get a lot,
Just start to get warmed up and it's all over. It's all about the preparation.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah. Okay, so I turn on to 109 now. And slow it down a bit more. We should hopefully see in front of us, there it is, a runway. One bound, I turn, put about 20 seconds late. So this is the final stop of the evening. So yeah, shorter stream than normal, purely because the way the islands are grouped. The next leg is fairly long, so we want to do that in some slightly faster planes, which we'll do next week. So we did do a longer flight stream on Sunday. If you want to watch that, look at the videos on Twitch. If you're watching this one on YouTube, and the flight is making a return to YouTube. But I think rather than put the jets flights don't seem to go that well on YouTube. I think because it's just cruising and flying above the clouds.
Chris, I'm right behind you.
So the prop legs that we certainly do will be going out on YouTube. So generally once a week we do props. So on a Wednesday or Sunday depending, and then the other one we do jets. So we do longer legs. I think the South African trip we've got going on for the moment anyway, until we get up into northern India, certainly lends itself to being jets, because it's some longer legs. Although I do fancy flying around the Cape Town area in something low and slow.
Yeah, we're going to have to get a smaller plane to go into my home airport, because you won't get a big thing in there.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will take the A380.
I knew he was going to say that. I just had a feeling he was going to attempt it.
Just to prove you wrong.
Because that'll end well.
I hate to tell you this, but the A380's landing gear won't fit widthwise on the runway there.
That won't stop him.
True. There is, however, a little cliff on all the way down the one side. Not a huge one, but enough to cause a bit of damage on an A380.
No, it will be fine.
Butter.
Nice.
Oh, and it just absolutely starts. I got thunder, hail, just started as I touched down. Lightning.
Lovely.
What will not have you?
This is Active Sky doing this. Just as I touched down, all of a sudden the clouds came over and I got hail and there's lightning going on.
That's really weird. I've got a little bit of cloud, but nothing major. Quite windy though.
Fought lightning in the distance. And so much so I don't really want to get out of the plane. I'm going to get absolutely soaked.
There's a little on mine one for nothing.
Turn the game audio down. No, don't use the gear stick to accelerate. That wouldn't end well. Problem with having the G27 gear stick right next to the throttle. The amount of times I grab the gear stick. Well, literally, I can put my hand on both of them. They're that close together. And occasionally, I do try and use the steering wheel in front of me to fly as well. I shouldn't admit that, should I? Right. There we go. Let's turn the plane off. Done. Right, so yeah, we made it. From where we started all the way up there in Nassau. That's what we've done this evening. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4 landings. And then, so next time we're going to be flying up to MYEN and then MYEH. And then make our way back down that group of islands over there, which is going to be a good bit of fun. It's a bit more island hopping next Wednesday. Sunday then is back in jets, continuing from Namibia down towards Cape Town. That's going to be cool, but I'll be back tomorrow night with something, I don't know what yet, probably around 6:30 p.m. So tomorrow night, and then again on Friday night with some tourist bus sim. And Saturday night was our normal trucking. And then, so yeah, more flying next this coming Sunday. Right, so my thanks then to the man in front of me. Enjoyed that bit of unhopping. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you. That was good fun. Nice little plane. I'll post a link.
Yes, please do. I'll be intrigued to fly that. And the man behind me who spent this afternoon getting his X-Plane working. Glad you did. Thank you, Noz.
Always a pleasure.
And yes, we will end that there. Be back tomorrow night for something else. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.